I got a few messages wondering how I record my audio and upload it onto YouTube, so I figured I'd make a quick video because it's a really easy process and it does not cost as much as you might think. All you're going to need externally are two things. You're going to need a adapter, which is a 1/4 to I believe 1/8 mic adapter, so it has one female and one male end, and just a basic guitar cord, which is gonna have, your two male ends. And you're gonna need your keyboard, of course, and basically all you're gonna do is take your guitar cable and plug it into the right main of your keyboard. I have an Alice's keyboard, and it pumps out pretty good quality sound. And you're going to take the other end, put it into your female of this, and it's going to go into the line in port on the back of your Mac. And you can recognize line in because it's a black circle with two white triangles going on either side of it. And then from there, it doesn't get crazy difficult, but there's some more stuff that you're going to have to do. So the first thing you're going to do is open up GarageBand. And I'll create a new music project and name it Tutorial. Alright. And I usually delete this with Command Delete and make a new one, Alt Command N, and you're going to want to do a real instrument track. Alright, and then the first thing you want to do that's really important, that's going to make this all work, is turn monitor on. And above that you'll notice that it says stereo 1/2 built-in input. And what that means is that the audio is being split into mono tracks. So if you have headphones plugged in, you will only hear the audio on one side. So in my case, if I have headphones in, I can only hear the audio out of the left. We'll be able to fix that later, but that's how you're gonna have to actually record. And you'll notice if I push it, and you'll have all of your effects that are on your keyboard will be transferred into the computer. So you'll be able to hear that sound. Right. Okay, so if I wanted to make a short recording, it will record all the same as anything else you've done in GarageBand. You just push your record button. Just like that. And from there, you're going to want to share this into iTunes, and you can do any of these settings to your preferences, but compressing is important if you're going to want to share it. So that sounds good, but you have to remember that is a mono file. It only plays on one spectrum of the hearable range. So you're going to want to uncheck that and exit out of iTunes. Okay? And now you can exit out of GarageBand, save your project. I don't do the iLife. And now what you're going to want to do is you're going to open up a program called Audacity. I'll put a link to download the program, and you're going to want to open you can either open or you can import audio. In this case I'll import audio, and now you're going to want to search for an MP3 under the title of what you downloaded. So I already had a few downloaded. I think this is the file. Yes. And so you'll see the way Audacity formats its audio files is in a stereo. That's why there's two panels, but there's only visible audio on the top panel. So that's what we're going to want to fix. So now on your top bar here, it'll say tutorial, and you're going to click that arrow next to it and go to split stereo track. Okay, now what you can do is delete this bottom track, and now click this one, and you can Command D or go to edit and duplicate, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to duplicate this top track. And now you're going to go to the bottom track, click that arrow, and go to right channel. And so now what it's going to do is split each mono track into a stereo track. Now you'll have your left and right channel, and it's a stereo quality sound. And now you're going to want to make stereo track, and it'll put them both together, and that's that. And so now you're going to go to File, Export as Tutorial 2. I'll save it to my desktop. And now you can edit all this kind of information to whatever preferences you like. And now, if you're interested, you don't need to save this. I don't, because that's just extra files. If you ever need to edit the file again, you can always go to the one that you have on your desktop and drag it into the Audacity file. Okay, now, so if you're going to want to make it into a YouTube video, it has to be a video file. So now you can open iMovie, which does well enough to create just a sound file, which is what I upload to YouTube. Alright, so now Command N, tutorial to make a new project. And so now what we're going to do is on the desktop, take that audio file that we just made and drag it in there, and you'll see there's an indicator that the audio file is indeed in our new project. So now, to make video for that audio to be applied to, we're going to make a transition slide. And I can name this tutorial. Now you can edit fonts however you want to do it. Edit the font however you want the video to be presented. And I'll just write it again underneath. And add a little product placement, advertising for good measure. And now you can edit the duration. This is what's going to be important. The max each slide can be is 60 seconds. So we can go ahead and make this 60 seconds. It does not, the audio file is not nearly that long, but for the purposes of this, just to show you, this is what it'll kind of look like. See, there you go. So now you could obviously edit the transition slide to correspond better with the audio, but that's not necessary for the purposes of that. And so now you can share, export movie, and I'll do it to the desktop as tutorial iMovie. And you're going to want to export as medium. That is important, because it's the largest file you can export while still being compatible for YouTube formatting. Right. So now we can exit out of iMovie, and we have our iMovie tutorial right here. And it's in every format that will be compatible with YouTube. So all you need to do is go to your YouTube page, click upload, and you're good to go. So that's it for the tutorial, really. Not too backbreaking at all. So be sure to comment and give me any kind of feedback that you would want to see, maybe another kind of video that you're interested in. And that's about it.